discussing the chemical properties of acids. We have discussed the chemical properties of metals. Okay, acids reaction with metals. We have not discussed. Yeah, we have discussed the metal carbonates property. We have discussed this property. We discussed something.
Yes, sir, we discussed.
So let's move further. Today we shall be discussing the chemical properties of bases. Chemical properties of bases. Chemical properties of bases. Okay, so if I talk about the chemical properties of bases, okay, what are just let discuss chemical properties of bases. So first of all, you know that base are what are bases? First, what are bases? What are bases? What are bases?
Bases are salt in nature.
Bases are salty nature.
Yeah. No, sir, I
Yes.
think it's bitter in nature. Bitter.
Yeah, yeah. Bases are the compound that are bitter in taste. But what we actually said about the bases is that bases
The pH level is higher than 7 when dissolved in water.
very good, very good. Bases are those substance that dissociate OH negative ions in aqueous. In aqueous. Okay. Bases are those substances that dissociate OH negative ions in aqueous. In aqueous means in water. In water. You understood? In water. Okay. Got it. Now, if I'm talking about this one, that for example, you have NaOH, okay, KOH. These are considered to be a strong base. Strong base because they dissociate their H plus ions, sorry, OH negative ion completely. They dissociate OH negative ions completely in aqueous. Okay, so we call them strong base. Completely means not partially. Weak base are those that, like for example, magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, zinc, calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, and let ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide. So these are considered to be as weak bases. Weak base, these are weak base because they partially dissociate. Because they partially dissociate OH negative ions in aqueous. Okay, note it down fast. Note it down, everyone. Yes, Sumaya and other student, please turn on your camera. Sumaya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Please turn on your camera. Done? Noted?
Yes, sir.
You also everyone? Aisha, Arshit, and you. Sorry. Done? Noted?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I shall move forward, and here, if I'm talking about this one, that if I'm saying, let what are not bases that is still they have OH negative ion, like for example, alcohols. If I'm talking about the alcohols are also having OH group at their end. Alcohols formula, like for example, CH3OH, C2H5OH. Okay. So they have OH ions, but they are not characterized as base. Not are these are not base. These are not base. So bases must have metal and then OH. Metal hydroxides are bases. Metal hydroxide hydroxide are bases, except ammonium hydroxide. Except ammonium hydroxide, which do not contain any metal, NH4OH, but it is still base. It's still a base. It's still a base. So you have to keep in mind this one that they do have OH ions, but these are not considered to be as base. These are the alcohol because they do not associate their OH negative ion in aqueous. Okay, you understood? Understood? Let's move further. Now moving towards the chemical properties of bases. Chemical properties of bases. Chemical properties of bases. So bases like the acid, if I'm talking about the acids can react with metals, if you salt plus hydrogen gas. Similarly, bases also when react with metals, they also produce salt plus hydrogen gas. Okay, they also produce salt plus hydrogen gas. So these are the same characteristics that base, even though base are going to react with metals or acids are going to react with metal, they both produce hydrogen gas and nitric acid. Understood? Like for examples, if you have NaOH form, NaOH, and you react with zinc, so it will gives you sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2. You have to keep in mind that it is known as sodium zincate plus hydrogen gas. Understood? Sodium zincate plus hydrogen gas. The formula for the zincate ion is ZnO2. It has valency 2 and sodium has valency 1. So they will cross multiply and the formula will be Na2ZnO2. Note it down.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, what have you written under NaOH?
Warm. WARM. You noted everyone? So formula for the base and the metal balanced. This reaction may not be balanced. It's okay because we have not written here two. It is two sodium here. So you have to multiply here two, and that is zinc. One is zinc, O2, OH2, and H2. Now it is balanced. Done everyone? Noted?
Yes.
Next,
Sir,
yeah,
H2 will be in the form of gas.
yeah. Even if you can write arrow represent the gas. So even you can write G here or you can write the arrow. Okay. It's your choice. You can write gas. It's your choice. You can write air. Okay, done. Should I move forward? Dayama, you joined late. You joined 47 means you joined 17 minutes late. Why you joined 17 minutes late? Is there any specific reason
Yes, sir.
for
I
joining
forgot to
late?
do today's exams, today's Zoom, sir.
The problem is that for the next 17 minutes, you are not going to understand anything. You are 17 minutes late. You just miss the class of 17 minutes. And for the next 17 minutes, you are not going to understand what is happening. Like in a movie, you are not you went to the theater in the mid of that or the starting you have missed. So you will not be able to understand for the next half an hour if you have missed the movie for the half an hour. Same thing is the for the class. Please keep in mind. Otherwise, the students start and they say that the teacher is not. I'm not getting anything from the teacher. No, it's not. Be punctual for the next time. Okay. We are discussing the chemical properties of base. As we know that acids when react with metals, they produce salt plus hydrogen gas. Like for example, if I'm writing HCl when react with Zn, so it will gives you ZnCl2 plus hydrogen gas. Okay. Similarly, instead of HCl, if I take NaOH, it will give you a different salt plus hydrogen gas. The base and acid do have same chemical properties. Like acids when react with metals, they produce salt plus hydrogen gas. In the similar way, base do also when they react with base metals, they produce salt plus hydrogen gas. But the salt name is going to be different, and that is very, very importantly being asked. Okay, so please keep in mind that when I ask you this question, so you have to keep in mind. Okay, got it? Got it? Everyone, you understood? Similarly, instead
sir.
of this one, if we are writing with NaOH when react with aluminium, it will give you sodium aluminate, NaAlO2. This time we don't write here 2. Why? Because this is sodium aluminate. Aluminate ion has formula AlO2, which has a valency of 1, and sodium has valency. So they will cross multiply and you will get the formula as NaAlO2 plus hydrogen gas. Okay, so this is a salt here, and this is raw aluminium when react this system to produce hydrogen. And similarly, if I'm talking about the next one is NaOH when react with lead, Pb, it will gives you lead plumbate. Yes, sorry, plumbate, sodium plumbate. Na2 PbO2, Na2 PbO2 plus hydrogen gas. Got it? So please note it down. This is going to be very important part of this chapter. And this is very important reaction, very important.
Sir, from where O came, sir?
From where O came? It came from this one and this one, sodium. NaOH has the O. This came from here. And the valency of plumbate ion is same. Pb has valency 2. Okay, if I'm talking lead plumbate, so Pb has valency 2 and PbO2, sorry, plumbate has valency 2 and sodium has valency 1. This one is from. Okay, got it? Noted, everyone? Noted?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
So let's move to the very important part of this NCRT exam questions. Just a minute. Okay.
So should we copy this?
Yeah, everything that I'm writing, you have to copy. What was this question? Maha.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to copy each and everything that we have written. Okay, we have an experiment here. Okay. And in this experiment, oh, I have, sorry, I have not written. This is a different slide that I have opened. Sorry for that. I'm just asking, I'm something thinking that because I'm just checking that time PDF. Okay, so here the question. Okay, this is a question here, and in this question, this is hydrogen gas is being produced. Okay, let me take this Zoom question.
So have we discussed this?
We discussed this now, but part of this one is remaining now. We have discussed this hydrogen gas pops on, but I'm not just talking about the example questions. Okay, this question. So if I'm talking about this one, that for example, you are having an experiment here. Just a minute. In this experiment, yeah, this is a question in front of your screen. Okay, and the first question comes that what would happen if instead of zinc granules, there are zinc granules. Granules is something that you have bigger size of something. So instead of zinc granules, if you took zinc powder, then what would happen to the production of hydrogen gas? So yeah, look at this and please, what you are having? Are you having brush in your mouth? Okay, so yeah, tell me, is there anybody in the class can answer me this question? Anybody in the class can answer me this question? That what would happen if instead of zinc granule, you know that when acids react with when acids are going to react with metals, they produce hydrogen gas. It is zinc, it is dilute sulfuric acid here. And
The
zinc.
reaction, like the speed of the reaction increases
Yeah, why?
because it has more surface area.
Yeah, simple. Because it has more surface area. That's why. Okay. So we have to keep in mind. Harshit, why are you not answering the questions?
Yes, sir. Like,
We have discussed this one in the previous class. That if you are having a chalkboard, I gave you an example with a chalk. Just you instantly take a chalk, you dip it in the water, and you bring it back. So you will find you break the chalk, you will find that whole portion of the chalk will not get wet. Only the outer surface will get wet. Why? Because the outer surface is in the contact. The outer surface is in the contact with
yes.
the water. Okay. But if you crush this chalk and you take it on the large surface and you bring it into water and bring it back, you'll find that almost all the particles will get wet. Almost all the particles will get wet. Why it is so? Why it is so? Simple reason behind this is one that when you are having a powder something in the powdery form, the surface area will increase. More number of HCl particles will be doing or connecting with it, okay, or contacting with the acid or reacting with the acids. Okay, so the gas
Yeah.
evolve will be faster. Okay, second question: what would happen if instead of dilute sulfuric acid, if we take the hydrochloric acid? Instead of dilute hydrochloric sulfuric acid, if we take the dilute hydrochloric acid,
Sir, the reaction will become faster.
why faster?
Sir, because of the increase in surface area.
This is the case of I'm not saying that how the surface area will increase if you remove the dilute sulfuric acid and add the and the HCl acid. you are replacing the acid. So how the surface area will increase or decrease? That wasn't the case
Because the
previous case.
hydrochloric acid is more acidic.
No,
Strong.
they don't. No. Kings of acid is the sulfuric acids.
There will be displacement reaction, right?
Yeah, every reaction with acid is displacement reaction.
It will become zinc chloride.
Yeah, different salt will be formed. Zinc chloride will be formed. This time zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas is forming. If you replace this acid with hydrochloric acid, then the zinc chloride will be formed. Okay, this time if I'm just letting you down here. For example, if it is Zn reacting with H2SO4, this time ZnSO4 plus hydrogen gas will be formed. And if you have zinc reacting with HCl, it will give you ZnCl2 plus hydrogen gas. Got it? But since both are the strong acids, so we will simply say that if I balance this chemical equation, you will find that for the same amount of zinc, okay, and if you balance this equation, you will find that ZnCl2 plus hydrogen gas. Okay, this is balanced. Now, if you take the ratio of consumption of H2SO4, if you balance this chemical reaction, here 1 molecule of zinc and 1 molecule of H2SO4 will give you 1 molecule of H2 hydrogen gas. Are you getting 1, 1, 1 each? But here 1 molecule of zinc will react 2 molecule of hydrochloric acid to give 1 molecule of H2 hydrogen gas. Are you getting the difference? It is similar that, for example, if you are making, if you are going to make a cycle, you have all products. Okay. So for every cycle has 1 seed. If you have 50 cycles, you are going to have 50 seeds. You require 50 seeds. Okay. But if I ask you that you have all things, okay, except the wheel. So you will find that for 50 cycle, we require 100 wheels. So same is here. If you need to, for example, you need 500 molecules of HCl. Sorry, 500 molecule of, you have 500 molecule of 500 molecule of hydrogen gas. Rayan, what are you doing? Sit quietly. Okay. So what I'm saying here is that if you have 500 molecule of hydrogen gas is produced, that 500 molecule of hydrogen gas is going to produce. So for this, you require 500 atoms of zinc and 500 molecule of this. But here, if you need 500 molecule of hydrogen gas, you require 500 atoms of zinc, but 1000 atoms of HCl. Because you balance here the reaction. In case of acids, if the reaction is reacting here, so you notice that the ratio of the reacting with acid, because you know that H2SO4 has 2 hydrogen atoms and HCl has only 1 hydrogen atom. So if you need to produce hydrogen gas, so for one molecule of H2, you require 2 HCl molecule. No? Okay. While in H2SO4, it is already 2. So 1 H2SO4 is sufficient to produce 2 hydrogen gas, 2 hydrogen molecule. H2 means 1 H2 molecule, which is made up of 2 hydrogen. So here we can simply say that if you are replacing the H2SO4 with a dilute hydrochloric acid, then the consumption of acid will be more for the same amount of production of hydrogen gas. Okay. Means previously there were only for one zinc molecule we require 1 H2SO4, but for 1 zinc atoms in case of HCl we require 2 molecule of HCl. Okay, but we are not going to deal it with so deeply. Okay, so just you have to write this answer. I'm just going to explain you so that your brain will enhance. Okay, I'm just going to explain you like this way. But what you need to answer this question is that both are strong acids, so the hydrogen gas will produce instantly. Only you have to write it. Okay, the hydrogen gas will produce because both are strong acids. So don't write this, the consumption of acids and this one. But you need to understand the concept. Okay. That's why I was just explaining you. Otherwise, you have to write the answer. Now the third question: what if I remove this zinc and I add copper to it? So may you tell me answer? What if instead of zinc, if I remove the zinc and if I start reacting here with copper? So Sumaya need to answer me this question. What would going to happen? You were absent in the previous class, now, Sumaya?
Yes, sir.
Why you were absent?
I had to go out somewhere.
Miss the chemical properties of metals. Okay, tell me this one.
Copper sulfate will be formed with hydrogen.
Copper sulfate will form with hydrogen. Okay, yeah, Aisha, you need to answer me this question. Aisha, you need to answer me this question. What is going to happen here? Tell me fast. Yes, you Ryan.
So
What
can
is
you
going to
repeat the question?
Yeah, instead of zinc, if I add copper, what would happen?
Sir,
SO4,
salt is
CuSO4 plus H2.
Okay, you Harshit, you answer me this question.
Sir, I think it will be Cu2SO4 plus H2.
I think when you say I think, it means that you are not confident. Simple.
No, sir,
Okay.
I'm sure. It's
You are sure. See you guys. Yes, ma. What's your answer?
Sir, copper sulfate plus H2.
Or chlorine? No, yes. Because coppers come below hydrogen in the reactivity states. That's why it will not going to react. Only those metals that are above. This we have written in the previous class with the heading that only those metals that you can check it. I have written here the chemical properties when I was teaching you chemical properties of acids. So I have written here. This I have teach you and you can check. I wrote it here. Only those metals, and you can check in your copy also, those metals that come below hydrogen in the reactivity stage are not able to produce hydrogen gas on reaction with acid or water. Because this is a type of displacement reaction. More reactive element displaces the less reactive elements. So if I'm talking here that, for example, if I'm having hydrogen, H2, okay? And if it's this H2, sorry, or hydrogen is here, and this is copper here. Then we have mercury, then we have silver, then we have gold, then we have platinum. So if these are metal, hydrogen is more reactive in this one. So if it's HCl is reacting with copper, so it will not be able to react. No reaction will going to form. Got it? Yes or no? Yes. And the
Yes, sir.
so why, sir?
question. Why? Because copper is less reactive. This we have learned in the displacement reaction. More reactive element displaces the less reactive element. For example, if we have the other elements here, like hydrogen, we have sodium, magnesium, aluminium, calcium. Okay, these metals. So these metals are more reactive. So when they are going to react, like for example, HCl react with magnesium, so it will instantly react because magnesium comes above the hydrogen in the reactivity stage. And thus we have written in the reactivity stage that magnesium chloride will be formed here, and hydrogen gas will be formed. Understood? Yes or no? So this is the way that we have. Got it? Got it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So next, Okay. So you have to note this question. Last question is that if instead of H2SO4, last question, if instead of H2SO4, if I take NaOH, will the hydrogen gas produce? If instead of H2SO4, you take base. Yes or no? Will the hydrogen gas produce or not?
Yes, sir, it will produce, sir.
Or you can say,
What, sir?
how you can say that it will produce?
Because a base plus metal gives salt plus H2.
Where we have studied this one. Base also when react with metals, they produce salt plus hydrogen gas that we are studying. Okay. Sodium zincate salt will be formed. Okay. So please start writing, make a rough diagram of this one and start writing each and everything. Okay. This is question here. Okay. And this is the answer. And the question again, instead of retaliatory support, then answer. When you've done this one, please draw a rough diagram of this one. Only a rough diagram. When you're done, please write me. Okay.
Do we have to label it?
No. Just try to make. Don't make the stand. Only make the test tubes. Only make the test tube, this capillary tube, and this bathtub. Okay. Done, noted.
Sir, finish, sir.
Everyone
No,
noted
sir,
this one?
please repeat. No, sir.
Noted fast.
Done, sir.
Okay, you done. So everyone done?
Yes. Yes.
Done. Okay. So we have the next one here. And the next two part of this question is that if is in place of zinc, copper is taken, no reaction will take place because zinc is. And the next time, instead of H2SO4, dilute NaOH is taken. So hydrogen gas will be produced in case of NaOH also. Because zinc can react with this one. Note it down. Next question. Harshit, turn on your camera. Turn on your camera.
So,
And Sumaya, you also. Nobody is requested. Nobody is allowed to turn off your camera. So you done this one?
yes,
No,
sir.
sir.
Note it first. It's done, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let's move further. Now moving to the next properties of bases. Bases do when bases react with metal oxides, like it was reacting with metal only. Instead of this one, if they react with metal oxides, like for example, acids when react with metal oxides, if I'm taking this with different color, yeah, okay. Acid when react with metal oxide, they give you salt plus water. Water means if it is oxide here, it will be water here. Okay. Similar for this one also. Someone has turned on the camera. Ayan, your mic is on.
Yes, sir.
Ayan, your mic is on.
Yes, sir. My
It is
microphone.
having. Yeah. So it is. I'm talking. This one is ZN. Okay. If I'm
So
taking
should I
the
off my
base,
mic?
you have to turn on your camera and turn off your mic. When you need to speak something, then only you have to turn it on. Okay.
Sorry.
Main thing is camera. Okay. So if I'm talking about this is NaOH. NaOH
Sir,
when
it
react
will
with ZNO. So if you are having oxide here, if it is reacting with this one, then you have to make it. Okay. Understood? Understood. So if same salt will form, but instead of this time, this will water will form. Okay. Now you have to keep in mind one thing that now acid when react with metal oxide, they will give you salt plus water. Okay. Just concentrate here, everyone. Okay. Now you have acids when react with base, it will give you salt plus hydrogen gas. Salt plus water, sorry. This is the neutralization reaction that everyone knows. Acid when react with base, this will give you salt plus water. Okay. Now if I compare this reaction with some other, like acid when react with metal oxide, acids when react with metal oxide, it is giving you salt plus hydrogen gas. So, sorry, salt plus water. Only metal is there, then it will be salt plus hydrogen gas. If it is metal oxide instead of metal, then it will be water here. Okay. Similarly, if I react it with instead of this one, if I react it with metal oxide when react with base, like I'm writing base here, and this one is metal oxide too. Again, it is giving you salt plus water. Okay, example you can take metal oxide like you can take ZNO. ZNO when react with base NaOH, it will give you sodium zincate Na2ZNO2. Na2ZNO2 plus water. Got it? Similarly, here example, acid like HCl you take, you react with ZNO, it will give you ZnCl2 plus water. Now the point here is that if you compare it this one, that you know this box is carrying acid. Here, acid. Okay, this is metal oxide, this is metal oxide. This is acid here, so metal oxide should be base now. Otherwise, if you compare this one, here is salt, here is water, so it should be metal oxide should be base. Are you getting my point? Acid when react with base, it will give you salt plus water. So acid when react with metal oxide, it is also giving you salt plus water. So metal oxide should be base. Because the general
Yes, sir.
reaction, if you take it that acid when react with base, it is going to give you salt and water. So if you compare this reaction with this one, so acid is here, metal oxide should be behaving like an like a base. And generally metal oxide behave like a base. They are basic in nature. But here in this case, if you check it, if you compare it this one, you see that it is base here. NaOH is base. Okay, and base when react with acid, they will give you salt plus water. So here the same metal oxide, which is ZNO, when it is reacting with acid, it is showing the basic character. And with ZNO same oxide, when it is reacting with base, it is showing acidic character. So there are some metal oxide. Metal oxide generally are basic in nature, but there are still some metal oxides which shows both acidic as well as basic behavior. And such metal oxides are called amphoteric oxides. What we call them? What we call them? Tell me. Amphoteric oxide. What we call them? Tell me. Amphoteric oxide. Okay. So here should be a question. Yeah, note it down. First note it down that NaOH when react with ZNO, it will give you sodium silicate plus water. But same ZNO reacting with H2SO4, it is giving you ZnSO4 plus water. So here it is reacting as an acid, here it is reacting as like a base. Here NaOH when react with Al2O3, it will give you sodium aluminate. Here it is base, it should react with acid to give you salt and water. But when same Al2O3 react with acid, so it is behaving like a base. Some metal oxide shows both acidic as well as basic. Not all these reactions, please. Fast. Note it down, everyone. You done this one? Noted, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you also. Maha, Sultana, Aisha. Sumaya, you
Yes, sir.
noted? Okay, everyone. Harshit, very careful.
Yes.
Okay, so next you have to note it down this one also, that generally metal oxides are basic in nature, but some metal oxide shows both acidic as well as basic behavior. Such metal oxides are called amphoteric oxide. Example of amphoteric oxide is this one. What is this? Ashit, you are not writing. Rayan, sorry. Rayan, you are not writing. Where is your copy? Show me your copy. Rayan.
Sir,
Yes.
so what's written over there in blue color after such metal oxides are called? The
Amphoteric
spelling.
oxide. EAMPHO. Amphoteric. Amphoteric oxide. AMPHO. भाई याद रहेगा. Done?
Sir, do we have to write all the examples?
Yeah, 3 examples are there.
Okay,
Now
sir.
the next property of bases is that the base when react with non-metal oxide. Just concentrate, stop here. Stop writing, everyone. Okay, so what I'm saying that base when react with non-metal oxides, they will give you salt plus hydrogen gas. Sorry, what? Now this is simple. If I just compare salt and water is here again. Salt and water is here again. Now you know that this is base when react with acid. So it should be acid. Is base and it should give you salt plus water. So here it is non-metal oxide instead of acid. So we can simply say that non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Okay. So NaOH when react with carbon dioxide, it will give you
What are the
Na2CO3 plus
examples?
water. What are you saying?
What are the
What are you saying?
examples of non-metallic oxide?
Like non-metals are carbon, like sulfur, okay, nitrogen. So these are considered to be as non-metal oxides. Okay. Carbon dioxide, sulfur trioxide. Note it down this one, and then we're going to end the class. Yes, 9th standard student, please wait for 5 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. Yes, you done? You done this one, everyone?
No, sir.
Note it fast. Yes, Anam, where were you in the last class?
So
Are you
actually,
there?
I was out of station, so I'm not able to join.
You were where? Out of station.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Okay.
Sir, finish, sir.
Okay, so you can, so every student who has done this one, please, you can leave. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, bye-bye. Take care, everyone. Okay. Let's move further, dear students. Okay. For the ninth standard students. Let's move. How are you? First of all, please turn on the camera, everyone. Please turn on your camera. Anam. Anan, everyone, please turn on your camera. Okay, so let's move. So in the previous class, we were discussing, you were having exams, on Tuesday. You did that one? What's the date? Tuesday, coming Tuesday. So coming Tuesday, you did the exam previously? You had exams of characteristics, no, for is better around us peers. Have you done that one? Anam, you give the exam on previous Tuesday. How many of you gave the exams on previous Tuesday?
Sir, I gave.
You did. Okay, Sarah, you give the exam. Sarah, you give the exam.
No, sir.
Yes, you Hanan, you give the exam.
Yes.
What you write? You were absent in the previous class, I think so.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't.
Heather, are you there? Please turn on your camera. Okay. So let's start moving. Today we shall be moving to